Okay, let me do a quick test here. I'm trying some different stream settings versus normal, so hopefully this is coming through fine. Doesn't seem like there's too much of a delay. No, that's good. Okay. So I'm trying 4K as an option on the YouTube side, but oh, I'm gonna have to stop it and restart it here quick. There we go. Is it reconnected? Okay, Twitch is still up, I think. Okay. Can those of you on the YouTube side hear me? Darthon, I see you're there. But yeah, Twitch pushed out some changes that allow higher bitrate, so I'm trying a 2K stream over on Twitch, and then was gonna go 4K on YouTube, but it looks like I forgot to hit the change on YouTube that would allow that. So hopefully that doesn't cause too many disruptions here. But yeah, I want to go through, just get dailies done. I'm getting close to getting the cavort done, and here is the question I have. I'm gonna have a time, some time later today to get some work done on a video, and the question is, do I get my this is for a video that I'll release tomorrow. Do I get my event campaign recommendations done and out tomorrow, or do I get my cavort videos dropped, the review for the cavort and then the build over on the builds channel? Like, I have time for one or the other. So what do you guys want? Like, those of you that are here able to hop in and respond, like, between those, what would you prefer? The cavort video tomorrow or the event campaign recommendations? I'm gonna start a poll. Okay, let's start a poll. Friday video, event campaign recommendations. Okay, most people are on the YouTube side right now, so I'll just leave the poll as YouTube for right now. Cavort's getting the most attention at this moment. I need to work towards getting my cavort here over on console. You can't type? Okay. Let me get it going on here also. So poll. We'll leave this up for like 10 minutes, but Friday video. Recommendations, event. Damn it, Twitch, why do you have a character limit there? Cavort review and plus build. We'll do that again for 10 minutes. The event campaign videos are always the same. Do the cavort. Yeah, a lot of cavort requests there. Okay. Treble, how's it going? Jay, Mia, Ruin, Saggy. Where to start? Yeah, Chris. I mean, where to start is really what do you have fun with? Like, what is your play style? Okay, I need to get my mission picked up here. May as well get the event campaign progress at the same time, right? So let's get all the way down here. Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington. Let's get that mission. And I don't want to do a support one. Where's all my yeah, give me waves. Congrats on my mouse video getting more views than Endeavor's Vandy Shield video. Oof. Those mouse videos, I don't think those perform at the level the companies want. To be honest, I you know I've slowed down and I've slowed down on accepting those sorts of things, and I've definitely rejected a lot more in recent times. They're not worth my time. The products are good. Like that's legitimately the mouse I'm using right now. Is that the one I just did a video on? Like it's really nice. The coloring's good, but then they went out of stock. I didn't know that they were out of stock when I released the video. Favorite playstyle is as much damage as possible with as few button presses as possible. Oh no. Um. Well, I already sort of did like recommendations for the event campaign in a way this year because I did a video at the start of the year, like here's the best ships that released in 2025, right? So like I've already done like recommendations to some extent, but it's not packaged that way, and that's the thing is there's a bunch of people asking for the recommendations, so there still needs to be an event campaign recommendation video. The thing is, yeah, it's true. Like almost all of the recommendations are going to be the same as the last year, the year before. There's not many new recommendations. Yeah. So I think it was Mario. Mario hates Luigi or loves Luigi. I don't remember which way it goes, but yeah, Mario had sent me this last year. Yeah, so I've got. Well, you guys can see I've put a little bit of time into the console account. Charlotte, how's it going? So how are y'all feeling about the videos so far on the builds channel? I know there's not been a ton yet. Yeah, Chell, terrible. No, doing a big video on the event campaign, it always those videos do hit really hard. The friendship class is cool, I think. Yeah, it looks cool. I know not everyone's a fan of the future designs, but I like it. I'm pretty close to getting the Cavort on console. I'm that there's definitely been a couple days I missed just, you know, being busy, but I'm getting close. Yeah, the other thing too is that the main channel has you know, there's a bit more news stuff going on nowadays. Like it's definitely become a bit more newsy. Um with the builds channel, I basically just want the builds channel to be like content going over there that's going to have long-term relevance. There's a guy who plays on console named not CasualSAB. Oh no. Yeah. No, the friendship's a really good ship. I've got like a pretty basic setup on this. I guess let me show what I've got on here. So ship, yeah, let's head out to the next one. No, Samuel, just started. But yeah, the separation, I think it's good. It's good to give each channel space to do, you know, to just do their own thing. Like the main CasualSAB channels, basically, um, it's covering the latest changes with the game and all that. Um, and then the builds channel, I want that to be, like lasting content that, when someone clicks on something there, they know it's going to be, relevant long term. Yeah. I will dump a few videos over there that normally would have been on the CasualSAB channel. You saw that the other day when I did that set of bundle recommendations, and to be clear, that was not like a set of recommendations that were explicitly meant to be legendary. And I think I talked about that in the news video when I redirected people over to it. Like it wasn't meant to be like legendary specific. It was, it's meant to be, tailored for whatever bundle sales are available at the time. Um, Nathan, how's it going? Is there any interest in starting a TBC on Xbox? I don't have an Xbox. If someone wants to start a TBC on Xbox, they are very much welcome to. Got the Hirogen Hunter Heavy Escort, worth building around for pure DPS. It's a good starter ship. The Hirogen Hunter, the T5, it's a good starter platform that'll get you through content until you decide you want to get something a bit more powerful. Yeah. Now, as for product coverage, where is it here? The only other video that I have incoming product wise, let's see, are for these headphones. And I accepted these because it's like a $60 pair of headphones, and I'm like, well, that's something a little bit different, and someone in the family will benefit from those. Whether it be, just something for the niece or whatever. Like it's like nice. Yeah, it is good. It is legitimately a good mouse. What is my opinion on Hellbore Light? Hellbore Light's really good in Elite. Elite, especially against the Zenkethi. In Hive Onslaught Elite, it does really good. It's a lot of shield damage, but shields are often a big issue for a lot of people. So being able to just go in and shut the enemy shields down is pretty beneficial. So I think Hellbore for elite gameplay, especially in those environments I just mentioned, is great. Now, if you're someone focused on normal or advanced, it's probably not going to matter as much, but still, it's a good trait to have on hand, and it's from a Zen Store ship. It's off the Warden. Reverberant shielding. Oh, which one is that? You got me looking up here. Reverberant shielding STO. Yeah, I had to come here again, keep getting blocked on YouTube. Oof. I don't know, reverberant shielding. I definitely, that's not the right thing I pulled up for verb. Okay. So that's the sagging trait. So that's the one where when you hit feedback pulse, you get RSP. When you hit RSP, you get feedback pulse. It's still an uptime issue. I mean, shields are not really much of an issue. Once you have certain sets of tools, like there's the Armstrong console, that's really good for shields. There's also um, the Valdor console. I don't see any of your comments being blocked here. I don't know what was going on for you. Okay. Yeah, and the Endorian Kamari trait, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too. But it's just that there's multiple solutions for keeping your shields up that are very viable. It just isn't really much of an issue now. But let's see, events. So I am 3 days away from finishing this, so I'll have it this weekend. Um, then for the ship here, yeah, Mario sent this to me, so I got a lot of nice toys on it. I do still need to get the shield deflector core like upgraded or well just swapped out for better items. It's just right now I think I just was missing some of the stuff for the set here. So let me, damn it, let's go back, reputation, and I'll get the shield tomorrow. So I'll just fill this project, and then tomorrow I'll have the the final spore canister for this. I'm not going to worry about getting that right now. So let's get to this closed. That's not what I wanted. Now let's head on over to PC. Um, it's but imagine not needing to slot any bridge officer abilities though. Like it's not just one trait. It's it is you're still needing to slot RSP. You're still needing to slot a feedback pulse for that. You use like the Kamari trait. Let me find that here. A budding alliance. When activating a cannon, beam, or torpedo firing mode, your weapons apply a taunt for 10 seconds to foes, so you are increasing the amount of heat you're getting, but to self, you're healing 45% of incoming energy weapon damage to your shields for 30 seconds. So, like a budding alliance, that's a major shield heal there. Then you've got the Valdor console, which just if you're doing a FA or CSV setup, that's just basically adding a proc to your weapons that keeps your shields up. And then the Armstrong console, which just recently came out, like that's got a shield healing aspect also. So reverberant shielding, it had its place a couple years ago, but as of this year, with the options, especially that we've gotten in the past couple months, it just doesn't really hold much relevance anymore. You did buy an errata build. Only thing that you're missing is the Trafalgar console. The Trafalgar is going to be a very popular pick from the event campaign. Well, it limits your ship options, Niche. Like you're talking about running an RSP and a feedback pulse, and I mean right there you're talking about needing a ship that's got a higher ranked engineering bridge officer seat. You're talking about eating up one of your science abilities for feedback pulse. Like reverberant shielding had its time of being useful, but the issue is those days are past. Like there's newer options that don't have as much of an issue. I see that there was something. Yeah. But Feedback Pulse sucks, is the issue. Feedback Pulse got nerfed hard like a decade ago. Like, you can go in with Feedback Pulse and it doesn't do enough now. They removed the ability for Feedback Pulse to critically hit foes, and when they did that, it just substantially, reduced its capability. Gibbs, how's it going, man? They nerfed it into the ground. Like, I've got videos on the main channel here. If you go back and look at, stuff from like 2015, 2016, I did some tank stuff using Feedback Pulse, but they nuked that stuff into the ground. Well, we do a lot more damage than NPCs. So I guess let me do an Armstrong run here. The reality is the NPCs don't really have a Feedback Pulse much stronger than what we have. It's just that NPCs do very little damage compared to players. I'm gonna go into the middle of a hive here real quick, and let me see. I can do a Feedback Pulse. So I'm going to do. I can only do a Feedback Pulse 1 here without compromising my Gravwell. But I can tell you what. We're gonna run this combo. I'm gonna run Reverberant Shielding, because I do have it on this character. And we'll do that instead of the Leading Captain, which I don't need on here anyways. So Reverberant Shielding. Let me get my combat log started. Combat log 1, Netgraph 1, Plonk, Kelbeck, how's it going? Isocon is great. The Borg Queen is the only good Feedback Pulse. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to do this solo. So I'm going to go right into the middle of Hive Onslaught Elite solo. And I'm going to see how much I get out of the Feedback Pulse and the RSP. So I'm going to chain them. Let me get Feedback Pulse on the tray there. And I'll just save this as test. Again. Gibbs, thank you for the 5 gifts. Very much appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. There's a lot new new casual builders popping up here. So yeah, that's something I haven't talked about yet, but the memberships have changed a little bit. The old $3 casual membership is still on the main YouTube channel, but to normalize with like the price on Twitch, what I have set up on the other channel, there's also a like a $5 tier on the CasualSAB channel also. Archmagos, how's it going? It'll make it so you appear on the member list at the end of videos. Which I think I showed this already, but I set up a nice I use AI for one of the few things AI is good for. Let me CasualSAB member list generator. Here we go. Yeah, so basically when I want to go in and get the member list updated, I just drag my stuff into here and it'll do all the formatting for me. Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, with how YouTube works, the ads still pop up even if you're a member. There's like no option to disable that. YouTube blocks that explicitly behind you being a YouTube Premium member. Okay, so I'm going to go into a solo Hive Onslaught Elite, and I'm going to go right into the middle. That is basically peak opportunity for Feedback Pulse to literally do anything. And we are going to see how much does Feedback Pulse do for me. Well, I'm saying that there's no explicit option for me to disable ads, as far as I'm aware, for people that are members to the channel. I am not aware of a setting for that. If there is a setting for it, then, you know, someone please reach out to me and I'll look into it. But yeah, the only option like I get is to disable ads on my end. But the issue is YouTube will still play ads, and that's just cutting out my ability to monetize, basically. Also, some of you saw, be prepared for all of the video view counts to skyrocket next week. They are basically, if you even look at the first frame of a video, it'll count as a view. Do I have a green quality Mark 12 anti-proton anywhere on my account? Probably not, because I probably would have salvaged it. It used to be really popular. Start streaming again. I mean, there's certainly openings in the Stowe creator scene. It's just, I will say, I've looked at a few Stowe creators recently, and I think one of the biggest issues a lot of people have is thumbnails. Thumbnails are huge to making sure people are seeing your stuff, and some videos out there, they don't have the best thumbnails. Sorry, I'm a little bit focused on this, but I've got feedback pulse on, I've got reverse shield polarity, okay? I just had a fire at will misfire. That is the first in a while. Fire at will has generally been working out pretty well for me recently, but I guess the servers are not having a good day today. That might cripple I might die because of that. The issue with like the higher performing builds right now is like, if you have a misfire on a firing mode, you're done. So that is unfortunate. Let's try that again. I've started creating guides for STO. I made my thumbnails. Not sure how good they are. Let me look. I think I've seen you'd posted a video in the Discord, right? Is that a misfire fail or a feedback pulse fail? That's most certainly a fire, like fire will misfire. At least that's what it looked like, because it was still lit up there. Let's look at the parse here to verify. Yeah, that just looks like that was just not going well. Okay, analysis. Scientific burst, the GOM2 console coming in number 1 right there. Fire at will. Big old gap right there. Now let's get a, so that was the phaser beam array, fire at will 3. Can I find phaser beam array without FAW? Yes, right here. Yeah, so that is just a straight up FAW misfire, like 10 seconds, but basically the second cycle after starting the fight didn't go off. Feedback pulse did a total of 18.7k. But I will try that again here. Let's give it a moment for cooldowns. But in the meantime, let me pull up that... where have you posted these? Other media? Or self-promo? Hold on a second. Let me... I will be right back. Oh, never mind. I was about to say to my niece to not play right outside the door, but she moved away. Okay. Thumbnails. Let's look here. Videos. this is going to be too hard to read. So when you're doing thumbnails, you have to zoom out. Basically, like, you know, for some people, this is the size that they're going to see your thumbnail. Um, this one is readable, but this one down here, I can tell you, some people are going to have issues with. So when I'm doing thumbnails, um, what I'm doing here is, you know, I will have the text, and then there's just a very thick black outline around all of the text, so that no matter what I put behind, you know, it is still going to be readable. And if you have a background you can use that is going to, you know, give it a nice contrast there, that can help also. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I'll try that again here, but I can tell you that I have taken in this ship here, the Armstrong, without reverse shield polarity and not died. But yeah, definitely just make sure, give your text a nice outline, and just make sure that, you know, it's readable. Like always, every single time you're going through and editing a thumbnail, like go out and like zoom out and see, is it still readable? Like, I can still read this. I can still tell what it is. But if I was to, you know, remove that outline, like just removing the outline, look at how much that has, you know, decreased the readability of it. So just even adding an outline that is like thick around the text, that can help dramatically. But I can say, yeah, I've looked at a lot of thumbnails recently, because there's like there's a channel for people to post stuff over in the Stowe Discord, and it definitely, like, for a few thumbnails I've seen, it definitely is, the thumbnails are, there's been a few that are AI generated, and people do not like AI. People do not like AI thumbnails. I think that's been made very clear in the Stowe community. Um, it's either that or readability. Yeah, no. It's fine. Like, that's something. I mean, you go back and look at my channel. You know, most of my original thumbnails, they sucked. Like, let's go oldest. Like, you know, I did the same thing many others did, where I didn't even have a thumbnail. I just let it grab like a screen from the footage, and you know, that for a while that was okay. But like, if you want to really grow, you need to start putting some text on there. And you saw I started to try that, and I mean, sometimes it worked out pretty well, sometimes it didn't, but it's just something you gotta slowly work on over time. And you can see, I think with these, yeah, these were still, I was grabbing, these were not like dedicated thumbnails I was making. These were just like, I inserted text as like a title thing at the intro of the video and had YouTube grab that. And yeah, it wasn't until the past couple of years where I really started to push the YouTube, where I started to do the more dedicated thumbnails. And that definitely, I do feel, was a contributing factor to why my stuff started to do better. Oh wow. And some of these, even with the text, you can tell like this is not really readable. The changes to DPS elites and prime, like the background, there's not enough of an outline. It's hard to read. And don't get me wrong, sometimes simple stuff works. Like this upgrade video's done crazy well. But yeah, you can see things improve over time. SLB. I generally won't click on it if the thumbnail's AI. Yeah, I I I know. I've had a chat with Nick about this too, because I think some of you know Nick. Nick is Nick is using a few AI um things there, but let me see. Where's the one I made for him as a joke? Terrible. Nick could be trolling, yeah. Okay. Hive Onslaught, I'll give that another go. Yeah, I think we've all given him, that sort of feedback. Nick is using AI, let him go. Let's get him. Oh no. Yeah, like I feel like the instances where I used AI, recently, I felt like those were not as egregious, but they still certainly uh were not well received by everyone. Like, that was the GOM 2 video, those two GOM 2 videos, with me there wearing that uniform, that was me giving, some reference material to the AI and then saying, hey, do this to the picture and put me in this outfit. I feel like that was pretty well received. And then I added a glow around the Damocles just to try something different, and I did get some negative feedback about that also. Nick NB. My thumbnails need more bigger head circles and arrows. Terrible. Okay. Can I get through this with the server cooperating? That be the issue today, or the question today. Rob, how's it going? Okay.
Did you think you had destroyed?
Back to the center. Can Feedback Pulse do anything for me? This round seems to be off to a better start. I forgot to hit threatening stance. But I'm the only person in here, so it doesn't really matter. Why is it that I feel like with reverse shield polarity on that my survivability is lower right now? What is left? What? Oh, board cube got all the way out there. Rip this run, but not getting a deep record on this, but at least can see the feedback pulse. Actually, no, I can get out of here because the next two phases don't matter. What did feedback pulse do there? And why was it almost nothing? Okay, analysis. Yep. I mean that really is the issue, is like that's why reverberant shielding fell off, is because it just it isn't really good. Like feedback pulse just sucks. Yeah, show the NPC DPS. Yeah, so the NPCs, me going into the center there, the NPCs did a total of 42,391.85 DPS to me. So that's part of the reason feedback pulse sucks, is because the NPCs don't really do that much damage. Yes, if you are on certain builds, it's going to be enough damage to blow you up, but on a tank setup like this, there is enough healing now that we can mitigate that. And most of that 41k is kinetic, yeah. Yeah, so it's just that feedback pulse, it's not like it was before season 13 where it could critically hit. Rob, thank you for the casual membership. Greatly appreciate it. Sorry I missed that pop-up there. But yeah, that's why reverberant shielding and feedback pulse don't get used anymore. It's because they're not really good. Okay. Aren't board cubes immune to repel and teleport? I think to some extent, yeah. Yeah, jammers. I do wish the shrapnel torpedo was like an actual torpedo rather than a console. Like if we'd had like a shrapnel maelstrom, that would have been nice. Yeah. No, it was a popular pick a while back, but as of this year, it just doesn't have any relevance anymore. Um, yeah. Yeah, like I am fine with AI in the right circumstances. Um, like I showed that tool that I made for like doing the channel memberships, like, you know, going through and saying, "Hey, make me a tool where I can drop in the CSVs and it outputs the files in the format I want." Like I think that's fine. You know, I'll do that again here, so I can just drop in my memberships or the membership list for the two YouTube channels, Twitch, Patreon. I just drop them in and it does that. Like it instantly spits them out. I like that. Like that to me, that's a good use of AI. But going in and doing Gen AI, that that's no good. I I have only used like purely generative AI for like getting an idea of I have a thought of something, like I've got some merch thoughts. You know, I know people have asked about like merchandise for a while. And I was like, okay, just give me here's the concept. Give me like just an example of what this would look like. And I one of the ideas, I know Dark Eddie, um, who's listening right now, I know Dark Eddie saw one of the ideas, but I think if I can get that made by like an actual person, or if I can, you know, just do that myself, um, that would be a bit of banger merchandise. Oh, it's there'll be something terrible, but it's great. Can we go one? Can I go one stream without 30 minutes of AI talk? I'm sorry. Very, very sorry. I don't think it matters where it falls, Eric. I think it says though right on feedback pulse where it falls. Is it based on pre-resist? Um, I would imagine it's based on like the pre-resist damage. Oh no. We are all just AIs here. Spencer is secretly a Cylon in disguise. How did you know? Yeah, okay. So now let's go in and I see a Canoid and a Damocles there. That's quickly become the top ISC performer for coordinated runs. Um, but let's go in. Let's do an actual like public queue Hive Onslaught Elite. Let's get this done. Do public queue Hive here with the Armstrong, and I'll try to tank. If Spencer's a Cylon, we are in trouble because he knows how to do max DPS runs. Oh no. Truly terrible. When is the build video for the Klingon ship coming out? I mean, if that wins the vote, then tomorrow. I've got the DPS mouse. Yes, yes. I got the DPS mouse. I even got the extra, you know, graphical power to completely power it. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I saw I could get a water block for it for like 90 bucks. I might do that. Just do both? Well, so yeah, there's a vote currently up. This is for the video tomorrow. The event campaign video is still going to happen. Do I think I'm still going to get a video out tomorrow? Yeah, it's not going to be like a PowerPoint video. It's going to be in the same format I did the video the other day. What do I think about the Cavort? I think it's a great ship. It's a great ship. Doing more than one video in a day hurts views. Well, that's why it would be the build video would be on the builds channel, and then the review on the main channel, just like what I did with the Narada. No, water cooled mouse. No. It's a graphics card.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
There we go. Beautiful.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Beautiful. Okay. An error occurred. Let's close the parser and reopen it. Let's open the new version of Oscar, because I was still using an older version there. Yeah, I do think that dropping the videos at the exact same time is not the best idea. So that'll probably be staggered to have the build video out earlier in the day, and then the review video out later.
I am bored.
Yeah, let me open up this version. Default. Browse, live, logs, game client, and combat log. There we go. How fast was that run? 29 seconds. I heard recently that there was some people that were being negative about Cheops, believing that he was making up the like sub 20-second HSE, that they didn't think sub 60 seconds was possible. But there we go. What? Look at that. Holy cow. 634K out of the GOM 2 console? What? I have not seen that before. I don't know what caused that. That was an older version of Oscar. I have an issue for some reason, and I'm guessing it's because there's multiple versions of Oscar installed, but I have an issue where the newer version doesn't save the combat log like location here. So I have to go in every time I open this and retake it to that location. That's just a me issue though. What I need to do to solve that. Let's go logs, game client, and let's pin that. Pin quick access. That okay, and then it didn't actually go there, but okay, we'll roll with it. No, disable that. It's like my settings just are not being preserved here. That's fine. Damn it. Yeah, well, it's about time for me to go through and do a Windows reinstall. To be honest, I I've definitely been seeing some issues recently. One of the issues I have is that after a recent graphics driver update, my every time I start my computer and open Firefox, I get a driver crash, and then I have to restart the computer again. Um, so it's definitely time for me to do a nice Windows reinstall. How does the GOM2 console work? So it's best in a science slot. I know that there's been some other discussion about this online, advising use in other slots, but um, just use it in a science slot. That's the only slot that matters for it. But basically, when this stacks up, it is going to do like a discharge of radiation damage to nearby foes. And what you saw there is that there were a lot of foes around me. Windows is the issue? Yes. Windows is absolutely the issue. But I want to go back and look at that here. That is legitimately nuts. That is the highest number I have ever seen out of the GOM2 console. Is that why I'm broadcasting in a lower quality than normal? Is it lower quality than normal? Yeah, that is legitimately crazy. Alan, how's it going? Yeah, a Windows reinstall, it'll be fine. It should let you go higher. It should let you go up to just 720 on Twitch. But it should be like I've got the enhanced broadcasting on. It should be letting you guys watching up to 2K. Why isn't that working? Twitch sent out a thing recently, and I my account's eligible for it, but if I go settings, stream, yeah, I've got your channel is eligible to stream it up to 2K resolution, giving your audience a higher quality viewing experience. That is set up. Um, I don't know why that's not working for you guys, because I am definitely going at 1440p on the output here. Settings, modify. Yeah, it should be 14 meg bitrate on Twitch, 1440p output, 60 FPS. Like that's what it's set up for using what they said. Um, I don't know. Is there any alternative for proto matters that works well for rainbow builds? No, not really. The issue with the proto matter TAC consoles is that there's no like beam or cannon version available. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to look into it afterwards. It's supposed to be letting higher quality, work though. I don't get why it's doing that. Channel. Yeah, that I don't get. What was the bitrate on Twitch before? Like 6 meg 1080p. I can modify this though on the fly actually. So let's do um and let's try this. If I do that, advanced. Hold on, Twitch, you're gonna blip out. Um, let's restart this and see if it shows the... Come on, Twitch. There we go. Quality, it still says only 480p. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out afterwards. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it's being like that here. Warden and Shangri-La for T6 coupons this year. I mean, yeah, those are fine. The Warden for Hellbore and Shangri-La for Sequential Warhead. Like, those are both good options. You know, though I would say if you don't have the Kerala, then that definitely, you know, would be good also. Scuba, thank you for 22 months in a row. Greatly appreciate that. Is that Evolve console best on tanks? I run it on some DPS builds also. It's really good, though, in a science slot, because when it goes off, it will knock out all of the shields are on the foes around you. If it's in a science slot. So... yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sorry for the Twitch people. I don't know why it's being like that. It says right there, broadcasting in 1080p, 720p, 360p, 160 with an enhanced broadcasting. I can try lowering the bitrate here and just do a quick restart on the stream again. Let's give that a go and see if it returns. So let's go back to 6,000. Yep, Twitch is going to blip out one more time. Okay, is it back up? Yeah, okay, 1080p's back, so whatever is going on there with their enhanced broadcasting, I don't know what that was, but it's back now. What does the clicky do? It enables it to start building up charges to then do that burst of radiation damage to nearby foes. Cavort is losing. Yeah. Darthon, if you haven't already, you know, make sure to show a picture of that in Discord. I think in you know, somewhere in builds, I think that'd be getting a bit of discussion. We already know that's good, but yeah. Remind me to go live again on Twitch. I never got the notification. Oof. Yeah, the Twitch should already be right back up. Yeah, Obina console, where is that at here? Antimatter Interweave did like nothing. That's wild. So GOM 2 got all of the attention in that one. Such a good console. Really, really. The GOM 2 wasn't necessarily the most popular ship, but that console off of it, damn, does that thing hit hard when it goes off. And you have a lot of targets around you. Okay. GOM 2 is what the Proxima should have been. Yeah, the Proxima. Hopefully someday they give us another version of the Proxima or another ship that, you know, can properly kit bash with. Yeah. Okay. So the Cavort's getting a bit of attention right now, so let's hop on over to the Cavort. I'll probably, you know, sit down later today, get like a finalized build that I want to actually share in the build video. But for right now, this has a disruptor set up on it. Okay. Load out one. Yeah, there'll be a few changes I make for the build video for this, but let's just roll with this and some content for now. I need, hold on, I need some aux batteries. Am I really running out? Logical, how's it going? Yeah, the trade on the Cavort is, in theory, like really interesting, could be really potent, but in practical usage, it's basically worthless for most people. What is better, Crenum Chronophage or the Cavort console? The Cavort console is going to have a higher potential, but the Crenum Chronophage, does also bring in a bunch of utility with the shield shutdown it does. Yeah, yeah, Everwind, that'll probably be what it is. It'll be like a Canon Isocon setup. Okay, that's weird. That just popped back up. Yeah, yeah, Hyper. The trade off the Cavort really is not. It's not really that good. Okay. Um, that goes there, there, there. And I'm going to do reroute power from life support here. So let me get this back over to a command. So merge power engines 1. And then for the second slot, that will be... I thought I had reroute on, but I'm going to have to go to ground and get that. They are... I mean, those are cannons, but they have beam visuals. That's basically the thing there that with those is it's cannons with beam visuals. Yeah. Okay, command. Reroute power from life support. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that for right this moment and get that bridge officer ability on. The build that I have on here is not what you're gonna see in the build video. Just to be clear, it's gonna be a little bit tweaked from this, but this is just what I had on here from before. So we're gonna roll with that as I get my dailies done. How far out am I from my brotherhood? 4 hours. Okay, we're not gonna be streaming that long. I'm not gonna be home in 4 hours, but let's just get this rolling. Yes, CSV and rapid fire. Yeah, the disruptor trait's not worth using. Thank you, boy. No comment. Thinking about getting the Kelvin intel too from the event campaign, but I already have the legendary Kelvin. So there was recently a screw up where if you go in and you reclaim your legendary Kelvin, you can get the Connie 2 skin on it, the Kelvin Connie 2 skin. So if you are just wanting the visual, then you can already get it on your legendary. And the issue is the legendary and the Kelvin Connie 2 are very similar ships. It's the issue with that is they don't want to prevent an existing ship from preventing future sales, like incentive to buy the new version of the ship. So that was just a one-time screw up and not like a permanent change. Yeah, the legendary Kelvin Connie should never have gotten the Kelvin Connie 2 skin, but that skin does not transfer into space. It's only in the Taylor. Aw. Cheops, did you see the parse? Scientific burst, 634k. Yeah. Oh, I see you posted an RNG. Got it. I've already read your thoughts. Yeah, I triggered it right near the start of the run. It transfers into space on console? Okay. Navy Man, no problem. It's a really good ship. The Damocles is really, really good. I think many of us have gotten records with it in like some coordinated runs. What's in my far right device slot? Right now it's the Kobayashi Maru. Before I think it was Beacon of Kalis. It even got Nick a record. Yeah. It's literally just a legendary Avenger with flanking. Yeah. Indeed logical. Okay. I need to do harvest materials, space, destroy Undine ships. I got 30 of those, okay. Um you know what, hell, let's start with something really casual. I'm gonna go get my 30 Undine kills over in the Undine Space Battle Zone. Yeah. Yeah, so if you've already got the skin, like the only thing you would get from getting the Kelvin Connie 2 then would be the really the console, which it's cool. It's got this really big red bubble around your ship, which I'll show you here. Hold on. Let me show you the console. Solene, Dyson Sphere, and it's point blank area of effect, PB AoE. Let me show that here. Do I have it on me? P dot reclaim time. Reclaim PB AoE. So basically, if you were to get the Calvin Connie 2, it would pretty much just be for that console, which I will show you in 20 seconds. Um, what are my thoughts on Fall versus CSV? I think for 99% of people, fire at will. CSV is it is a bit more accessible. So actually no, 99% is not right. CSV is more accessible. The CSV is it does really reward skilled pilots in certain content, but the thing with Fire at Will is most people do not pilot their ship for quite well enough to handle the cannons with full uptime. With Fire at Will, there's a lot more leeway. Okay, so here is the PB AoE console off of the Kelvin Connie 2. It is a very, very short duration buff there. So it's 20 seconds, very short range is what I meant there. So foes within 1 kilometer of you will take damage, and any targetable mines, torpedoes, like stuff like that would then be destroyed. Need those Undine ships. I'm sorry, bud. I gotta steal the Undine kills. Needs to be yellow. Yeah. Oh, I know, Chell. I know that you're the thing that you like to use is Thaleron, right? Oh, is there another activation I forgot? Yeah, the battle zone endeavors suck to do. Look, I want to get my battle zone progress. How long have I been playing? Since 2012. Like, I gotta get my marks. Can I use a T6 token on a ship at the Muds Market? No. The T6 coupons are explicitly for the ships that cost 3,000 Zen at the shipyard. Or at the in the Zen store. Nah, the T6 coupons cannot be used on the ships that are in the Muds Market. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, the Muds Market ships cannot be acquired with those coupons. Just the ships here in the ship's time. Okay, yeah, that person's trying to do the same thing. I'll take these enemies out, then go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you. It's those coupons, the tier 6 ship coupons can only get the 3,000 Zen ships. Curious with the newer traits if Thaleron would hit harder. There would be potential for Thaleron to be pushed up higher, yes. Okay, at this point... Hold on. This is gonna be faster. Let me just do a vicious cycle, just a quick private, and I'll bail out after getting the kills. Weren't the devs throwing it out there that they wanted to revamp battle zones? Probably. I mean, it'd be great if they could. I'm stuck on an invisible wall. Let's get out of here. Look, I like, you know, vicious cycle it, throwing you around. It's great. Yeah, the issue is now with I guess the that would be the limiting factor for Thaleron is Thaleron, you know, you want to have multiple people in there nuking certain points of the map, and then you want to have someone that is controlling all the spheres, getting them up right in front of the Thaleron user. But right now, the coordinated runs that are happening, they are now just done with like 3 players. Like the current infected record, which is 8 million, that was done with 3 players in the group. Like you had the DPS, side DPS, and then the support.
This is a typical Undine shipyard. Intelligence suggests that the Undine use these sites to construct, or more accurately, grow their planet-killing vessels.
You picked up Legendary Battlecruiser, nice. Yeah, it's a great bundle. The traits from that, I think, for the vast majority of people are amazing. It's a beautiful ship right there. Agreed, yeah.
Sir, there's 3 shipyards in the area. Each one is growing planet killers. We should tackle them one at a time. Commandos are ready to take this business and open that bomb.
Okay. 5 more Undine to take out. This is much faster. I should have just done this right off the bat. Normally I would just re-roll the Undine Endeavor, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Skylar, how's it going? Hope the weather's nice for you over there. Hold on a second, I dropped a lid here. I'll find it later. Looks even better with the Lucari rep shield on it, yeah. Lucari looks good on everything. The reason I didn't really use the Lucari much on this was just because, you know, people want to see the normal ship visuals. Wings up is better. Oliko, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Weapon damage beta ground. Here we go. Lucari makes it look like a toy. Yeah. Let's get this endeavor done. There we go. Yeah, with infected, you'll quite often have like the transformer shields not want to go down fast. With the new cooldowns on the rep, does that completely replace Boimler? I think Boimler is still useful for most people, but I'd say it's more of the Trafalgar console. The Trafalgar console, if you're using that, that pretty much removes the need to use Boimler. But no, the Endeavor buff cooldowns are not enough. If all you have is the Endeavor Bridge Officer cooldowns, then you'd still want Boimler. Yeah. Okay, let's do an Infected the Conduit Elite. I am not going to probably hit the biggest numbers here, but we will see how it goes. Not with that attitude, you won't. Dizzy, you're perfectly fine. Wonder if the queen is placating you. Yeah. The queen's doing whatever she can to try and not be insta-killed by Cheops there. I mean, Photonic Officer 1 and Boimler is still like a really good option that's really accessible for a lot of people. Mayo, how's it going? So right now, the vote on the YouTube is 46% for my video tomorrow to be my event campaign recommendations, and then 54% for Cavort review and build. So it is looking like review on the main channel and a build video on the secondary builds channel, which, by the way, if you are not already following, I do recommend you do so. I'll toss a link to that in just a moment. Where is it?
Warning, ship is under attack.
Yeah, after this run, I'll toss the link in. Oh. Unfortunately, that's not a me. I think that's a lag issue. Look at that server right there. We got multiple Sizer Mars in here. No, tragic. I thought I'd toggled off this, but this run's already a bit of a mess. Yeah. That was an interesting net graph on that one. Yeah, that was some really terrible piloting. But the net graph, like right at the start there, looked like
However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted.
a city skyline.
To send an away team there to look for survivors.
A mess. Well, no, that was a bit rough. Let's see here. Let's see, Mara running fall there. Terrible. Spirewave DHC came in up top. How was uptime on those? Decent for the most part, it looks like. A little bit of downtime there, but whatever. Bird of Prey Beta Alpha both did in the 60s, so that console always does really well. Do I think the Borg Assimilator running fall with plasma weaponry could be viable? Yeah, I mean, as Chell said there, Master of Overskill, anything can be viable. Spencer, have I considered using the Executor weapons in the Augur trait? Oh man, I still get a kick out of that. That group of people was going on that we were secretly abusing the Augur trait to get more uncons, and then don't even have the ship on casual. Was the trait again? Temporal Investigator. Let's see this top tier trait. I can't see it. It's basically you hit like a temporal ability and it gives you, or when you hit like specialization abilities or something, it has a chance to trigger more specialization abilities. So I guess it's a trait that you could use to proc some more of like the temporal uncons. I don't even know if it triggers uncon when that happens. I've never used the trait before. Have I been on Tribble recently? Yeah, Tribble just hasn't been restarted in a while, so when Tribble hasn't been restarted for a bit, it'll start to glitch out. You can't change maps, stuff like that. That's what's happening right now. Yeah, probably. Okay. So I'm just reading some of the prior chat. Yeah. Thought ground was safe? No, ground is not safe. Okay. Let's do, I guess, a cure found. There we go. Have I ever left Morrowind on for more than 24 hours? Yeah. There we go. especially if it's on something on Windows that's you leave it on for too long, Windows will find a way to screw it up. Now we wait. Okay. But yeah, for the Cavort build, like it'll probably be like the one that I talked about doing a couple weeks ago, like Ultimate Disruptor setup. So it is going to be like a high end featuring lockbox stuff and all that, but um I don't think I'll make it like a full on crate setup. I think keeping it more towards the ISOCON playstyle is still probably gonna be better for most people. The servers are in Boston. Is Boston having any bad weather? I don't think the weather there would be much of an influence. A theme build, but he uses the wrong factions disruptors. Yeah, the Herald Vanity is... I do think that that's neat how that's been done. Not much, just lagging around. There we go. All these juicy targets right here. Beautiful. That was a very fast run. Yeah, 2 full Vandy sets for an event reward is a brilliant idea. Yeah, nice, and it's going to be interesting to see the combinations that people find for that stuff. I would love to see like an updated set of like Borg visuals, like Borg Vandy stuff. Like I don't know, there's a lot of the older Borg stuff I'd like to see, like newer revisions of. Cryptic Studios used to be in was it Los Gatos or whatever, over, or San Jose, like that area. But the actual game server's always been in Boston because Boston is that's able to cover the US well, and that's also closer to Europe because, you know, there's a lot of Star Trek fans over in Europe. Yeah, that was a fast run. And ironically, even though there was like more DPS in there than in the Infected, it didn't lag as bad. Europe, only noobs live there? Terrible. Terrible, Chell. Okay, I was going to mention this before, but yeah, if you guys are not subscribed already to this channel, yeah, and I will say, like, I've noticed less misfires, though there still have been some misfires. But yeah, it's definitely been better. But yeah, there is the CasualSAB Shipyard channel, and thus far, that channel has 2 videos on it. The best Zen Store bundles for shipbuilding that I released the other day, and then also the Narada Fire at Will build I put together that was doing about 2 million. So that's the two things on there so far, but there's going to be more builds on there. Judging by the vote that is currently going on over on the YouTube stream right now, that is looking like tomorrow will be a review for the Cavort and a build over on the Builds channel. All the more reason to get Linux running, if only the keybinds worked. I mean, the thing is, Cheops, is that those bundles I recommended, even though that it is, I know you're referencing a comment that was already over there. The bundles that I pretty much highlighted there also have a lot of value for the ships as well. Like the number one I said was Legendary Battlecruiser, and like both of those ships are incredibly good. You know, the Calvin bundle, the Calvin bundle is really good. What else did I say? The 14th is good. Maybe not as much as other options out there, but still, like the ships in the 14th are pretty good. Like I think if someone was to go out and pick up those bundles, like that would be a good foundation for, you know, what they could do on their account. Chris, glad you could stop by. Gonna throw in a T6 token in the fleet bank so I can. No T6 coupons in the fleet bank, but there will be a giveaway in the near future. I did have a T6 coupon sent my way for a giveaway along with some of the upgrade tokens. So that'll be something probably in September. Yeah, the keybinds do work on Linux. I've done a little bit over on Linux. I need to just go in and like fully get one of my systems that I actually use on a regular basis, like just commit to trying a Linux distro out for a little bit. But I don't know, maybe at this point, given that I need to do a Windows reinstall, maybe I need to just take the dive on the main setup and then just have one of my secondary set up with Windows for any of that stuff I need to do still. Best bang for the buck bundle? I mean, Legendary Battlecruiser. I saw a thread over on the Stowe build subreddit recently. Someone was asking about buying the Morrigu for emergency weapon cycle, and I hopped in there. For them, they still went through and got it because that was just the best decision for them money wise. But I went in and said, you know, I really think at this point, you know, just save for the bundle if you can. Just save for Legendary Battlecruiser, because like if you go Legendary Battlecruiser, that's got like emergency weapon cycle for you. And you know, at this point, I think we need to just start pushing that advice out there of stop buying emergency weapon cycle off a $30 ship. Save up and get one of the bundles like First Strike or Legendary Battlecruiser that also include it, and you're going to get a lot more for your money. I could always try a dual boot. Yes, that is true. I could do that. But where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in dual booting? Steam OS is fine. You know, I've got a Steam Deck right here, and I did a Linux stream not too terribly long ago where I was doing Stowe on this, and you know, it works. It works, but for like actually doing a lot of stuff, I think you'd want something a little bit more powerful. How long has it been since I installed this instance of Windows? I want to say almost a year. Yeah, let me take a look at your thumbnail here. Oh no, terrible Darthon. I don't even want to show that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. What are you using for editing your pictures, your thumbnails? Um, yeah, that's a good point, Mayo. Yeah. I think, you know, something like Kashi or Bazite is going to be better for a lot of people right now. Got RMA, CPU, and MOBO. Oof. You're using GIMP? Yeah, GIMP is what I'm using also. That thumbnail for Nick. Oh man. Nick and his AI. Okay. Let's make a thumbnail here. Um so you're doing Voth Stronghold. Let's do a little thumbnail creation here. Do I have in my archive, do I have a picture of the Voth Stronghold already? Live screenshots. Okay. So with the YouTube thumbnails, always do them at 1280 by 720. That's one thing too. Like you can do higher res now, but for me, like that just historically has always been like the one that was recommended. So that's what I go with. Get your ship shots in the tailor, and you really want to go in and do these as different layers. So just do like a black background, and then you can just go in and cut that out later. Black or green, whatever you prefer. So I'll do black here. I'll use the fuzzy select, which I think I'm blocking here. So I'll use fuzzy select to click on that and remove the black. Then I will go in and just do invert, and then copy. I'll then just paste that into the thumbnail that I'm making. So you're doing Voth Stronghold Broadside ETM. I don't think I have an HSE picture here. I find it just helps the ships pop a little bit more if you have separate layers. So like, I don't have an HSE picture. So if you have like a shot of your ship from the tailor, and then like the ship that you can drop in over that. Do I have an infected picture at least? I'm just looking for something to use here. ISE. Oh, that's an old ISE. Oh boy. ISE start. Here we go. Let's resize some of this. I don't know. Like having the ability to drop your ship in over another picture, and then if you want to like add an outline, like it helps this stuff pop a little bit more. So to get an outline on the ship, I will go in with fuzzy select and I'll set it to 255. I'll click the ship, go to another layer that is below that, and I'll do select grow by like 3. Then I'll do feather by 5, and then I'll do a fill on that bottom layer, bucket fill, do like a white outline like that. That just helps the ship pop a little bit more, I find. Give you some depth of field. Well, this was just an example. Like this was just an example of like what you could do here. I wouldn't necessarily do that background right there, but I mean, you guys know one of my favorite backgrounds to use on these is, hold on here, the DS9 wormhole background that I have. I like to use that a lot, and I have that so I can go in and just change the color of that also. So I can try and match, you know, the theme of the ship a little bit if I want. It's giving you the side eye. Look, I'm not saying this here is like a perfect thumbnail. I'm just giving an example of what I would do. Like this, and then if I was doing like, you know, a thumbnail on this channel, I might do like just keep it simple. I've got some Trek text that I have on here, and then I would go in and do Voth. Gotta make that all capital. Voth Stronghold HSC. What was it? 1.369 mil DPS build. Like I'd probably do something like that. Just keep it. You don't want to put too much text on a thumbnail because it overwhelms people. Just keep it a little bit basic like that. I have the ship name always a different color. Then I'll go in and do like an outline afterwards. But like that's what I'd be doing for like one of my thumbnails. No Spencer arrow? You want an arrow there too? Yeah, and the outlines I do is a different layer. So that right there is what I do, and I would of course go in now and move the ship around. Probably resize it. Gonna merge it with the bottom layer. Resize. There you go. I don't know, like that right there would almost be like, you know, what I would do for a thumbnail. I'd probably change a few things around. But how do I do the outline like I'm doing? Okay, so yeah, let me just delete that here for you quick. I will go into my text layer, and when I'm editing the text, I will right click and do text to path. And then I will have another layer that is below the text, and I will go up to selection from path, and then I'll do grow. And then I usually do grow by 20, and then I'll do feather by 5. And then on that layer below the text, I will then use the bucket fill with black, and there you go. Select grow feather, but a drop shadow. Yeah. This is usually what I do. There are probably some other ways to do it. This is just the bot way that I've been using for a while. Do I not even need the grow? Or no? Okay, select grow feather. Okay. I misread that for a moment. But yeah, that'd basically be it. And with the thumbnails too, like if you, it's fine to reuse the same thumbnail. Like there are a couple different thumbnails that I have reused multiple times in the past. Like for instance, this jelly background, I have used this on a couple occasions, and I will usually go in, you know, change it to give it some different aspect there, and then I'll just change the hue to something a bit more relevant. Like I think, you know, you can reuse, there are ways to reuse some of your assets multiple times. Like I think something like this, you know, looks pretty decent. I hear YouTube likes it when the CC is in the corner pointing at the title. Terrible. Yes. This definitely does have some dead space though. Like this would need to be, this would need some adjustments before I would like go in and release this personally. But yeah, just something basic like this would work pretty well. Yeah, no problem. Well, I think it's helpful. And, you know, for people that haven't seen it, if you're going to start up like a Stowe YouTube channel, like I'd say, you know, try to get it off the ground here in the next couple of months. You know, you're fine to start whenever, but YouTube is going to increase the requirements to get your channel monetized, and you'll need 8,000 watch hours, whereas right now it's just 4,000. So if you can get a YouTube channel off the ground and get up to 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, you know, over the next, was that like 5 months, then, you know, you could go in and, you know, start making some nice Stowe content there. Yeah, the Impersa is still really good. Dead space equals what's left after you hit them with the Voth Stronghold. The Impersa is too strong for you. I wish the talking about the Impersa, people complain about the lance on that, but I wish the Narada lance was even close to what that's doing. Use the proceeds to unlock more stuff. Yeah, that's another thing too. That is a big risk right now with YouTube, where if you're going in with a faceless channel, like, you do need to be aware that there's a lot of stuff going on their end to try and address some of the AI slop spam channels. So let me see here. Like, that's why on the new channel, like, I've been trying to go in and you just have my face on there, at least for like the start of some videos. Like, the ones that I've done on that channel so far, yeah, both of these had my face on there. Yep. Yeah, but I can make a YouTube video, and the moment someone clicks it, I get a view. Hello, sponsorships. Terrible. Narada videos doing good view-wise, though. But if you want to know, too, like, the 4,000 watch hours, it takes a while to get to that point. So when they double it to 8,000, it's going to take a lot to, like, the Narada video that I released the other day, the plasma build, you can see that's at 4.1k views, watch time 634 hours. The revenue is a bit lower on it than a main channel video, but you're typically for a still video that's long form, you're probably looking at around $5 to $6 per 1,000 views once you get your channel monetized. Yeah. But that video has done pretty well. But definitely, like, having,
like,
if you have a camera
and only a little poop.
Okay, we're gonna, what, I don't even know what that is. Healthy gut support. Damn ads. What the hell is that? But yeah, the camera there at the top left. Literally a crap ad. What the hell is that? What have I been watching? Nothing, because this is on Chrome. My most recent videos watched were about the GTA stuff that's going online. Yeah. Advert seems like it'd be pretty relevant to you. Oh no, Warp Core. That was funny though. I will say too, for people that are just starting out, I would say be careful with this stuff, but there's an add-on that you can get on like Chrome, vidIQ. And if I would not use it for thumbnail generation, but if you're just starting out, it might help you out with, like, titles. It'll help you out with titles, and it'll make sure to point out, do you have all of the relevant tags applied? Yes. Yeah, the dilithium transporter, it's a really good console off the Credence. It also boosts your pets up quite a bit. The one thing I will say that disappoints me with the YouTube changes is what they're doing with shorts. Basically, you cannot, like, I'm not a big fan of shorts, okay? I think many of us here not really big fans of them, but you cannot monetize them at all. The add-on is vidIQ. vidIQ. They have a paid service, but you can just use their free thing for like the help with titles and stuff. But yeah, shorts suck. Like, we all know that. But still, like, if I drop a short in it, even if it's $1 or whatever, like, I do think it's a little BS that that YouTube will just completely take all the monetization from it. So that basically it removes any incentive for most people to even bother with them. Which I mean I think is good, but on the other hand, they're still pushing YouTube Shorts right on the main page, and you know they're still going to do that. So I don't see any on my main page right now. I guess I've rejected them enough to have it say no. Okay. If you can't monetize, what's the point? Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing is as much as we don't like shorts, that you can use basically shorts as an advertisement for some videos. Spencer's main interest. Look, the bricks and minifigs thing, that Lego scandal with Reckless Ben Chiapsa, that was interesting. I don't know. Out of my YouTube homepage right now, like the operations room video I'll watch later, I'll probably watch the LTT one. I already know what this one's about, so I won't bother. Yeah. He's going to have the gut health video out before Crate Part 3. Oh, no. Okay, what do I missed in game here? In 8 years of using Linux, never needed to do a reinstall. Only update to new version. Totally vaccinated against Windows, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use CasualSAB. CasualSAB is the one that I've used the most recently, and I do like it. So if I was to put a Linux distro right on the computer here, it'd end up being Casio. The Battle of Midway is an excellent watch, yeah. Server hamster dying again, terrible. Okay, Infected's back up. Let's give that another go. Public queue of Infected Elite. Okay, I think I've lost my real-time parser here. We're going to go without the real-time for this right this moment, I guess.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have failed. We must make...
Why'd I hit that so early? Rip. There was questions earlier, and I completely forgot to answer it about to hell with our orders. That is something I might talk about in a dedicated video. I'm just realizing I forgot to talk about that. Nish, glad to have been able to have helped.
Scanning the nanite transfer. God. Additional data available. The nanite probe will repair the transmitters. Stop them.
Let me go.
The probe is closing in on the transmitter. Destroy it.
Oh, I did not mean to go there. Okay. I'm being a bit of a bot with my piloting today. I don't know what the numbers were, but we are about to find out. There we go. Okay, so that was a faster run, but smoother. Board Cube, the Agony console, 278k. Resonant Shock from the Pavanomni, 274. The Spiral Waves doing some work there. The Lithium, 183. Bird of Prey Beta and Alpha putting in a bit more work on that one. need to get a Rumble. The issue is that, you know, as much of an issue as YouTube and Twitch may have sometimes, is that that's where most people are. Most people are on YouTube or Twitch, and like a platform like Rumble, I mean, I honestly haven't even really heard of it before. What's going on in the Linux community these days? I think, you know, CasualSAB has still like been pretty popular from what I've seen recently. Spencer, I have a question for you. Cheops, no. What? What? Oh no. Which pets are the fleet version of the Burrell that come with the Cavort? It is. So these are what I have on right now. The Quodon Birds of Prey. They're not good, but they are there just for the immersion. If I want to do more damage, I would run something else. But yeah, like for the other Linux distros, I can't say I'm too familiar. Like Linux is something that I need to just sit down and like dive more into. I think that there are still people that use like some of their stuff, but severely disappointed I cannot run. Terrible. Okay. So this was meant to be just sort of a you know, a shorter stream. I'm gonna go get working on videos here, so figure out what I want to do for the Cavort and all that. The Cody, hope all's going well. The poll here, 46% for the event campaign, 54% for the review and build. So we're going to end that. That's a pretty conclusive result there, that people want the Cavort review and build. So that's what I shall do. Yeah, Canoids in a Damocles, yeah. Yeah, fast recovery, yeah. So we'll do the review on the main channel, and I think I already have thumbnails for this stuff done. Let me look here. Cavort, where are ya? Yeah, the Cavort Disruptor build thumbnail is good to go. Now, what about the review? Documents. Did I do a thumbnail for the review? Terrible. I'll have to get something found for that. Yeah, the so for all the build stuff I'm doing, I did a series of borders to just try and, you know, help add some flair to make them stand out. So for instance, for the, I did this just as a prototype for like the Salcombe. Where's the Damocles one I did? Hold on. Yeah, so I mean these are gonna look very similar, but like for instance, these were just some that I put together while, you know, just trying out some of the different options. The Damocles. Oh, this isn't the final. Here's the final Damocles with that line added in at the bottom left. Yeah. So Fed ships will, you know, get like this blue border, and there will be the stars down here to indicate is it like a like beginner budget build, mid range, high end, stuff like that. So that is the idea there. I'm glad you like it. I was trying to just do something to help make that stuff stand out a little bit more. Let me see if I can find my like master file for that stuff. Hold on. Is this it? Yeah, so like that's the budget. Yeah, budget. Then the 3-star for high end, yeah. But that's for the I've got a thing ready for the Salcombe for review, but I completely forgot that I got some of this stuff prepared. Yeah. Makes you really happy or hyped. You want to see some beginner budget builds that are more up to date than the Stow Better stuff? Yeah, so my classification for like budget is gonna be, probably stuff that you'd put together while leveling, or like you just bought like one Zen store ship, and that's probably it. Mid range will be, more towards people that have probably played for a while, have reps done, and most importantly, probably have completed an event campaign. So you won't see like mid-range builds with more than one lockbox ship on them, but there'll probably be like one lockbox ship on those for like this is what you could put together within one event campaign. But yeah, that's sort of the idea. Radiation builds are doing pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of builds that can do really well nowadays. Wallet overfloweth. Oh no. Yeah, I think the vast majority of builds will still be towards the high end, because that is, that's like the end game for a lot of us, and I think that makes the most sense to give people, what to strive for with each ship. But I do eventually want to have like, for a popular ship, say the Lexington, like here is a budget build on it, and then like here's like the ultimate high end build on it. Can you use the campaign coupons on the new Zen store ships? I don't know right now. I heard at launch you could, but sometimes, or quite often, those event campaign coupons are not meant to be used on brand new ships. Yeah. I mean, Nish, honestly, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I need to figure out the mid range a bit more, because I feel like at the point of someone having multiple lockbox, or not lockbox, multiple Zen store bundles, that'd probably be more towards like high end builds. Yeah. Okay. Let's find someone to raid on the Twitch side. YouTube, I don't think I have any targets for today. But let's see here. Steve-O. Oh, we got Steve-O on. Is Steve-O live? Can I get Twitch to load for once? Okay, we'll do a raid for Steve-O. I can't see what they're doing right this moment, but I'll send people over. Raid. How do I do so much deeps? Yeah, definitely. It's all the hidden exploits. Yeah. How about I limit mid range just to like say 200 euros of investment? Yeah, that's probably fair. I almost wonder too if maybe I should have more tiers, but I think that's a discussion for another day. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. Raid is out on the Twitch. I've got to go out here shortly, but I'll be doing Cavort review and build for tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Review on the main CasualSAB channel and the build over on the Builds channel. they'll probably the build will probably drop first by a couple hours, just so it's already up to funnel people over towards when the review drops. Okay. That raid is out on Twitch. And for the YouTube people, again, I don't have any raid target right now, but I appreciate you all stopping by on this random midday stream. Have a nice day.